Yo guys, how's it going? We're here for another episode of our career mode on FIFA 18 with Paris FC. Starting today's episode off with a quick training session here, trying to improve them players, especially St. Louis, who has been our star man this season so far. Before we go into our first game of today's episode against Valenciennes, I believe is how it's pronounced. Don't hate on me if that's wrong, please. But it is a cup game. Hopefully, I believe if we win this game, we go into the quarterfinals, which will be a very big tie, because we have a quarterfinal as the second game of today's episode as well. So it will mean that we get into quarterfinal of both competitions that we actually can get into, which will be very cool if we can do that if we win this game. But straight from kickoff, as you see here, we come forward on the attack, trying to find that space straight from kickoff, trying to make sure that we can try and hopefully get out of this bad run of form we've been on at the moment. As we come forward, get into the box, it's Maya on the wing. Well, no, it's not even Maya, it's Ibua Cisse. Honestly, he has been our best striker so far this season. Fair enough, Maya has scored more, I believe, than Cisse, but Cisse is so much more consistent, and I haven't played in many games this season, but every time he has played, he's played so well, and he's gone ahead and proved me right there and why I should start him in league games at this point, because he's playing so well. I probably would play him in more games, probably league games and stuff, if he had a bit more stamina. So I'll probably look to improving that in some of the training sessions in the week. But that does mean we are actually in the lead at the minute to get through into the quarterfinals of the competition. Straight from kickoff here. They lose the ball, we tackle the ball off of them straight from kickoff and try and get on our way again to try and make it 2-0. And make it like comfortable for us, and hopefully get a few more goals after it if we can actually get this attack off to anything. As we come forward, passing the ball around, being patient in the box, trying to get into the box at least, just passing the ball around, being very patient with the ball. And Cisse on the ball here gives it to Mamoun, who passes it inside. He crosses the ball, and it is Bougerine on the end of the cross to make it 2-0 in the first few minutes of the game. It hadn't even been 10 minutes at this point. 2 kickoffs and 2 goals in the space of no time. It was unbelievable how well we'd started this game. You would never have thought that we was in a bad run of form of what we are, because this game was proving anything but that, and we was absolutely killing them at this point. Absolutely smashing in every chance that we got and really trying to put the pressure on this team here to try and make sure we are straight into the quarterfinals with no questions asked really. But a few moments later, they do come on the attack, which is basically their first attack of the game here, trying to pass the ball into the box to do well to actually find space there. We bring them down on the edge of the area. I think my player got the ball there, to be honest. Personally, that's what I think. But they do whip the cross in. The ball gets met by a header. And Dilo lets the ball go past him once again. I absolutely hate him. I can't stand him. He's horrible. I need a new goalkeeper. Please send help. Because honestly, Dilo is so bad. How couldn't he have saved that shot? I don't know. I feel like crying even watching this back. It's horrible. He's so bad. And even when I play my other goalkeepers, they play as shit as him now. Oh, fuck's sake. But anyway, Tarat does make it 2-1 here. And honestly, at this point, I don't know what was happening. As they come forward on the attack again a few moments later, trying to find their way into the box, and again they pass the ball round very well, but Tarat does put the ball wide. Luckily it went on target, because it would have ended up in the back of the net. Dilo, so shit, it's unreal. But he does put the ball wide, luckily for us, and the score does remain at 2-1. And we're just hoping that we can hang on to this victory at this point, because they were really trying to pin us back as they come on another attack. We do intercept the ball here. We try and pass the ball back. Neither D'Lo or the defender runs for it. Yoo-hoo! And again, it ends up in the back of the net. What was that goal? Honestly. Oh my God. That is the most shambolic goal I've ever seen. I know that FIFA can be aided sometimes, but that just takes the biscuit. Honestly. D'Lo just did. He thought, you know what? You get it. Can't be asked to move. And then it ends up in the back of the net. Because, oh my God, honestly, this game was turning into an absolute shambles. And this is the second goal. That was basically D'Lo's fault. Fair enough, you know, didn't play a very good pass. But if D'Lo had ran out, he would have got the ball. No questions asked. And he just didn't bother. But we do, just before half-time, come on another attack as Mimoun finds his way into the box, gets brought down just inside the box, and we get a penalty to try and redeem ourselves from the shambolic defending earlier on in this half and try and send us into the half-time break at 3-2 up. Because honestly, after losing that 2-0 lead, I thought this is going to be it. We're going to go through another one of them games. As if you've watched the other episodes this season, of this series, shall I say, it's been absolutely shambolic the way we've lost leads so far this season, and I thought this was going to be another one. But we do stand up to take a penalty with Cisse over the ball, smashes the ball very luckily there, in off the bar to make it 3-2. What an absolute epic first half this was. Fair enough, the 2 goals they had definitely shouldn't have gone in the back of the net at all. That penalty was lucky, but we deserved that luck. After the 2 goals we've conceded in this half, we deserved that penalty to go in the back of the net. And Cisse does get his second goal of today's episode and today's game so far. As just after half-time, they try and get back into it here and try and draw it back level as they come forward down the wing, try and play the ball inside. They do just that. And again with another 1-2 touch thing, and it goes out wide, but they do put the ball just wide of the post. Luckily for us, we were panicking like hell defending these. Any time they were coming forward in this game, now we was just so dreadful of the shot getting on target pretty much. But we do come forward on an attack with Norman Hara, who takes on his man, cuts inside, and a nice, very nice through side-footed shot into the back of the net there. It was a very nice finish. A brilliant run from the lad as well to actually get past the defender here. As you see, he picks the ball up there, carries on running, beats his man and slides it just past the keeper to finish in the back of the net to make it 4-2. And honestly, I was more scared at this point when that goal had gone in than I was at 3-3 or 2-2 at that matter, because we'd lost the 2-0 lead at the start of the game. I was hoping we weren't going to lose another one, because that would be absolutely dreadful. But straight from kickoff, you see they do get the ball. And they're passing the ball around the back of the defence here. They play a very nice cross ball there. Get it back inside. Who passes it inside to the striker, who gets it back into the middle of the pitch. Another very nice through ball. It gets played into the box. And again, it's looking that way. Because at this point, it's 4-3. And it does end up in the back of the net again. And again, it's shambolic defending. The defenders just seem to get opened up so easily. For some reason, I don't know why, but when they're on the wing, the defence seem to stay so close together. And it leaves the wings out wide, open. But when they're going through the middle, they seem to separate. It's like, it's stupid. The defence either stays too close together when they're on the wing, or when they're coming down the middle straight at them, they open up and let them through. It's like a gate. But we do come on an attack in the 90th minute as Farrat gets onto the ball in the box and puts it into the back of the net to make it 5-3 and secure the win. You do not understand how relieved I was when that ball went in the back of the net, because after what we had seen for the rest of this game and pretty much the rest of the season as well, the type of defending our team has been playing has been dreadful, and this was just one way of actually bringing us some relief to know that even if the defence is playing badly, at least we've got the strikers to rely on sometimes. Saying that, probably not, because they've probably been the worst part of this season so far. But they have saved us in this game, and it is that goal from Farrat pretty much that secured us the win. Because I think if we had missed that chance, it probably would have went up the other end and scored. But Farrat seems to be a very, very crucial player at this point. I've been taking him off, and I haven't actually been playing in the majority of games at the minute. But after this performance and a couple of others he's played so well in, I've got to play him as a first team definite at this point, because Levin not exactly putting as much pressure on the defence as Farrat does. He seems to be able to run at the defence a lot better and like break the defence. One thing I've just got to improve on him with is his finishing, because his finishing isn't very good. But as soon as I've got his finishing up, he'll be an absolute beast of a player, because he absolutely demolishes that right wing whenever he's on the pitch. It's just a fact of actually finishing the end product that he struggles with. But as you see here, like I said at the beginning of the episode, we are in a quarter final here of the second cup match of the game of today's episode. At the minute we're playing. The only thing we seem to be playing well in at the moment is cup games. The league is where we're struggling, and the cup games seem to be the things that we're actually getting some success in. So at this point, the way the league is going, we're looking to maybe play quite well in the cup competitions, because we need to basically just get as many, hopefully get a title out of it, which will be quite cool to do. But straight from kickoff here, pretty much they come on the attack and it gets header, but it comes just off the bar and it bounces straight back to the striker, and he somehow fluffs that horribly. If that was my striker, I'd be flipping shit right now. But luckily for us, it did go wide, and I don't know how he scuffed the shot so badly. But thankfully for us, it did go wide of the post. And Dilo got very lucky, because I think he would have been quick sold if that had gone in the back of the net. But they do come forward on the attack, and you never would have guessed it. It does end up in the back of the net. Another shot on target ends up in the back of the net. And once again, the keeper, I don't think the keeper's that much to blame in this shot, in this chance, to be honest. It was quite well thought out and whatever. It was very well executed, but the defence just let Rudet way on beyond him and just let him go pretty much. And it just wasn't good enough. Nivette gets the goal to make it 1-0 in the quarterfinals. And at this point, we just weren't playing very well. But straight from kickoff, we do come on the attack to try and get ourselves straight back in the game. We take a nice shot there from Pierre Lieg, but it does go past the post. And it does go out for a corner. It would have been a nice shot if the defender didn't get in the way of it, but it did get deflected quite badly. But nothing actually came from the corner. As we come on the attack once again, trying to get ourselves back into this game, and we're really putting pressure on the defence here. As Levin down that right hand side gets a shot off, but the Maya just couldn't quite get there. And it would have been one apiece, but we do come on the attack again, straight from that chance pretty much, and Maya turns his man beautifully there, smashes his shot, but the keeper's equal to it to make the save and keep his side in the lead. Because honestly, if it wasn't for him in this game, we should have been in the lead, honestly. The way we weren't having many chances, but the chances we were getting were very open cut chances, and we should have been finishing them. But we straight from half time here pretty much, we come on the attack, but we get brought down in the area. 2 penalties in 2 games once again, and it's only a yellow card there. which I'm quite confused about, because I think if Alani had turned his man there, if he did go through, I think he would have had basically a clear cut on goal. But we do take the penalty with St. Luis, our relied man, and it gets saved. Because at this point in this game, I'd give up at this point, because it was absolutely dreadful as they get the ball clear from that penalty. And we try and come on another attack. We tackle the ball off them. They get the ball straight back in the middle of the park, trying to get that play down this. We win the ball again. It was just a kerfuffle in the middle of the pitch at this point, as we try and break out on an attack, but they do win the ball back again. Again in the middle of the pitch, they come forward on an attack. They somehow round our man. They get into the shot, and again Nivet puts the ball in the back of the net to make it 2-0. And once again, we are down by 2 goals at this point. And Nivet, it's poor defending again. That one, not so much, because it was a very lucky finish, to be honest. He did very well to get it even on target, but it was a very nice finish. I can't exactly blame the defence as much with this one. I think they still should have done better, but it was a lot more of a difficult thing to defend against, I think, and they did a lot better positioning wise, but it just didn't come off. But we do come on an attack in the final minutes of the game as Levin tries to cut inside again. He gives it to Meyer, who somehow retains the ball in the box. He keeps the ball, takes a shot, and St. Luis, with a very big chance there, puts the ball wide of the post. Couldn't even get it on target somehow there. He should have put that in the back of the net, let alone not even put it on target. And that was basically our chances over at that point. But we do come on in a final attack. We take a shot, and that is, honestly, I was praising Ferrat at the end of the last game, but for that I don't think he deserves to be, because he absolutely fluffed that shot there. It should have ended up in the back of the net and at least give us a little bit of a chance, but he didn't do so. And that does end the game at 2-0, and we are out of this cup, out in the quarterfinals, unluckily. But hopefully get back into it with the next cup game. That is the end of today's episode, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and peace.